Hello, my friends. Hello, fellow men. And I hope there are women watching too to point their friends, their boyfriends, their husbands in the right direction. This is serious business. So I have on the thumbnail, porn is harvesting your soul, kind of like a news article. I was pretending that I was like a news anchor because I wish that the news talked about this, but they don't. Porn is harvesting your soul. It is, and I'll just tell you from a personal experience. I remember where I stopped all that crap for like a good while, and then I started having dreams. I would have a dream where like my father would come in and it would be fake. He'd say, "Keep watching porn," like blah, like it'll be all scary and stuff. And I'd wake up and realized there are some kind of entities that are coming in, and every time you go on there and watch that stuff, you are basically, there are entities, maybe even right here, right above you, and they're right there, just ready to harvest, ready to harvest that, your soul energy, your life force. And it's just taking and taking, and it's harvesting this stuff for their own energy. I mean, that's like, I do believe that's how this world works. You might say demons and all these things. It's kind of a little bit just more complex than just demons. It's like energy, it's energetic forms trying to feed off of you, and especially if you're a male and you have that life force energy, you have a high life force energy, which we all do, but we deplete it in certain ways. Then there are other things that are trying to harvest. So let's go ahead and read chapter 4 on my ebook. This is my ebook here on Kindle called "Stop Watching Porn" or "Stop Porn Today" ebook by Austin Zest, me. So it's not very long. It's like 20 pages or so. But it's got a bit of useful information, I think. So let's go ahead and read chapter 4. And I will... where are we at? Chapter 4. Okay, so the doors that you didn't know you opened. So with porn, there is deeply a spiritual connection. That's why you see in a lot of those websites that would be devil this, something that. That's kind of telling you what's going on. There is some sort of dark thing, and it still screws with you. It can, you quit the stuff. You have to really consciously just wake up and beat it up. For me, I have my beautiful wife, and I'm very happy in that way. But I can see how that stuff, it's tricky, man. You got to really pray for it to just release it. So let's go ahead. Chapter 4. The doors you didn't know you opened. I imagine you already know at some level. But I'm sorry. I imagine you already know this at some level. But your eyes are the windows to the soul. And when you watch hardcore porn and it goes into your eyes, it doesn't matter where you go in the world. These temptations are these temptations are of the spirit world, and that can follow you anywhere you go. Of course, if you move far away in the Andes Mountains, like where I am, or go to the jungle and lose your cell phone, these things can indeed help you to break some ties indeed. But at some point, you'll have to confront this beast that is inside of you. Now, the Most High God has given us this gift of having sexual energy, especially as men. When controlled, we can create just about anything in this world. Think of everything from tall towers that look like erections, by the way, to the pyramids. Everything in the world is created from sexual energy. So, when the Bible talks about how too much indulgence leads to death, it is true in the truest sense. When you keep releasing your seed over and over, whether you are constantly giving your power and energy into a woman or into a napkin and flushing it down the toilet, you are killing your life force energy. I cannot get this across enough. As far as the doors that you open spiritual doors. And when you watch porn, you begin to feel a type of soul tie. At least I did. Same as when you do random hookups, or even if you have a girlfriend outside of marriage. You can see so many problems come from this. Imagine feeling pure and sacred again. And you can close those doors but you need help from you. But you need help with this from others who have been through this, and you need help from the Most High Father God, who wants to bless you with everything. But you first have to stop sinning. Now I keep bringing this up as far as sinning. It's such a triggering word. I know religion. There's pros to cons in religion. I'm not necessarily in religion, but I respect it more than I did in the past. Let's just say that. So that sinning I live here in Peru, and the word sin is in Spanish is without. Sin is without. Interesting, because so sin is without. So it's kind of like when you are sinning, you are without God. You are without power. You are without something much better than what it is. It's like a virus. It really infects you. It's like a mosquito bites you and you get infected by some kind of virus. That's the way I look at sin. You are without God, something like that. Without the Holy Spirit, whatever you want to say. There were times when I was using drugs and was seeing demons and orbs in my room, and then one started to actually attack me. I was being stung by it as if it was attempting to enter into my mind or body and take control. I know that's an extreme example. Obviously, there were drugs involved, so. But I do believe with the porn, it's kind of the same thing. You go into the porn enough, and that veil starts to get thinner, and it's not like it's bad stuff. Let's just say that. I knew that this was happening because I was using drugs, and that I had allowed a doorway for these things to come in and attack me. So that's what I was saying. Kind of, you do the porn, you sort of lose the grace of God. You sort of lose that protection. Now I understand not everybody will wrap their mind around the spirit realm and demons, but I strongly suggest taking it seriously. I actually consider myself very fortunate to be able to see into this world, which I have seen since I was a child. So I've seen orbs. I've had many spiritual, UFO experiences. Drugs, not without drugs, actually, mostly without drugs, really. I've had a lot of ayahuasca experiences as well, and have seen all kinds of things. I will get into that more in future videos, I promise. Let's see. So now I understand not everyone will wrap their mind around the spirit realm and demons, but I strongly suggest taking it seriously. I actually consider myself fortunate. Oops, I just read all that. I just never understood what I was actually seeing until the last few years. So sometimes they wait until you are weak and most vulnerable to make their move. That is true. That was when I was really heavily doing drugs, and I was so weak, and maybe I was close to death. So pornography indeed opens up these doors, and they can come through. However, they would prefer that you don't see them. That's the thing. Most people, I don't think this is happening. I don't see anything. Well, exactly. That's what they want. They don't want you to see that thing. If you see that thing, you might know, holy smokes, I'm being completely manipulated and controlled by this thing. What is my life? What has my life led to? This? Me being a complete slave of whatever this kind of being is that is taking all your energy. The energy is going somewhere. A lot of it's just being straight up wasted, but I really believe that energy is going somewhere too. So pornography indeed opens up these doors, and they can come through. However, they would prefer that you don't see them, so that you can believe that what you're watching doesn't have an effect on you. If this doesn't freak you out a little, I'm not sure what will. And I would say that we are all built in naturally with this system of knowing what is right and wrong, and we can feel it, especially in our hearts. But as we grow into whatever environment we happen to be in, there are influences that tell us what right and wrong is. And then we grow numb. And we try to tell ourselves that society is, hey, it's all cool, it's all good now. Look how modern society is. It's evolved out of these things. Well, it hasn't, because there's guilt and there's shame. And look at society now. We know this, man. We know this. Don't lie to yourself. I have. Look, I've lied to myself in the past, and growing up in California and stuff. And then we grow numb. And it then takes a lot of strength to actually face the mistakes you made. So anyway, just wanted to point that out. These porn is harvesting souls. Indeed. Come to my website, www.getoutofbed.net. You get out of bed, you get on this website, you contact me, I will be your coach. We can just try a month. We can do a month. Actually, a month could get a lot done. We meet once a week, and then you have access to my WhatsApp, basically, contact. If you feel like relapse, if you feel like that type of thing, to really kind of guide you. I can be tough, but especially if we just do a month, then we can just go tough, really tough for that month. And you can, maybe have some kind of, I don't want to say like mind control thing, but like just like you need to rewire your mind. You are under mind control under porn addiction. You absolutely are under mind control. You don't have control over it like you think you do. You need to break away from it for like a certain amount of time, and it helps to have some kind of accountability. So go ahead, www.getoutofbed.net. Hey, appreciate you guys. Blessings to you. God bless you. Peace.